The Book of Demons. A truly grim story in our collection, not for the faint of heart. A wandering hero returns home, only to find everything different than remembered. A horrendous evil rose from the depths of hell, devoured the brave and poisoned the living with despair. For in the depths of a place once holy, a dark ritual is concluded. The ultimate evil has awoken. Adventure. Darkness. Horrors. All of these await below. Good luck.
What is going on, everyone, and welcome to the Paperverse. I'm BouseFeenux, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, we're taking a look at Book of Demons by ThingTrunk Games, which is part of a larger project called Return to Games. I saw this game on Steam, and I had to have it, so with my wily charms and slightly average networking skills, I stumbled through writing an email to ThingTrunk asking for a copy of this game to review for you guys. You know, lo and behold, it worked, and they were kind enough to send me a Steam key for it. I'm super excited to tell you guys about this game, so let's just go ahead and get into it. But first, I gotta cue that flashy little intro thing to break up my segments. Alrighty, good stuff. So, what is Book of Demons? Well, for starters, it's a procedurally generated hack-and-slash dungeon crawler with a choose how long you play mechanic that's super awesome for those of you that don't get to play video games for a living. Drooling yet? Well, what if I told you that this is essentially an extremely faithful reimagining of Diablo 1 in Papercraft form? Pretty awesome, right? Well, as I said in the intro, Book of Demons is one part of 6 other games that ThingTrunk is planning to redo in this way in their Return to Games project. The goal of Return to Games is to create a series of mid-core games inspired by the golden days of PC gaming. There's going to be 7 games in total, all with a different theme from a different genre, and each game is set to be a hit from the 90s. As of right now, and Jesus, I'm showing my age here, I'm really hoping they take a look at Doom or Hexen, as those were my 2 absolute favorite 90s games. Anyway, back to Book of Demons itself. What's the gameplay like? Well, if you've ever played an action RPG title like Van Helsing, Torchlight, or of course Diablo, you'll find some familiar mechanics here. Click on the ground or use the WASD keys to move your character and mouse over enemies to attack them. Pretty simple, right? Well, at first it is, but as you progress, enemies will have to be attacked in different ways, and the game quickly becomes more than just hold down the mouse button to kill. For instance, there's a really cool mechanic I saw with caster-type enemies that when they're casting a spell, you can move the mouse over them to interrupt the spell and then attack them. Currently, Book of Demons is in early access, and as such, there's only one playable character at the moment, which is the Warrior. Later, they're planning to add the Rogue and the Mage, so that should be interesting. The goal of the game, though, is to make your way deeper and deeper underground until you get to Hell to fight the Archdemon. While doing so, you come across various gear and other loot in the form of, you guessed it, cards, because every game has a deck building mechanic nowadays, which I actually like, but some of you seem to be kind of salty about that. Anyway, these cards basically act as your character's gear and spells, and thankfully they also change your character's visible appearance. Some cards are usable right away, and others have to be identified by the fortune teller in the village. Speaking of the village, this is where you'll come after you finish a successful run. Here, you can talk to the villagers and gain information about the world you're playing in, unlock card slots to place more gear or abilities on your character, or collect your prizes from the barmaid's magical cauldron. Now, as you level up in the game, you'll be able to choose one stat to increase, either health or mana, and the one you don't choose goes into a prize pool. You can continue to place your unleveled stats in this prize pool and collect them anytime you want, but each time you do, the prize cauldron becomes a little more expensive to buy from, and if you die with prizes in the cauldron, you'll lose some of them. This adds a little bit of risk and reward to the game, and I think it's a really nice touch. So earlier in this video, I talked about the choose how long you have to play mechanic, right? Well, it's called Flexoscope, and it's a system designed to generate a full gaming session based on how long you think you have to play the game. If you only have 5 or 10 minutes to play, it's not a problem. The Flexoscope system can put together a quest for you that'll take around that long. The cool thing about this, though, is that it actually learns from your playstyle. It measures how long it actually takes you to complete quests, and the more you play, the more accurate it gets. This little system makes the game extremely accessible to newcomers of the genre, and I'd really like to see something like this adopted into other games. So what's my final verdict on this game? What are the positives and negatives? Well, honestly, Book of Demons has a ton going for it. Sure, it's a hack-and-slash ARPG with many familiar mechanics, but honestly, it's got more than enough personality of its own to set itself apart in a sea of competitors. There's a lot of love in this game, and you can tell by the art style, the top-notch voice acting, storytelling, and thoughtful mechanics. When I saw this game on Steam, I knew I had to show it to you guys. As for the negatives, I really haven't found many. The biggest thing is that at first, the game kind of feels like it's on rails, seeing as you can only travel along a path through the dungeon and you can't freely roam around, but honestly, the more you play, you kind of forget about that, or at least I did for the most part. Also, Book of Demons is in early access, and I really want to see the finished product of this game, as well as what they do with the other 6 titles they have planned. It's an ambitious project, and I really hope it comes to fruition, because Thing Trunk really has something great going on here. At the end of the day, though, if you're looking for some casual ARPG hack-and-slash dungeon crawling goodness, you really can't go wrong with Book of Demons. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys, and again, I want to thank Thing Trunk for taking a chance on me and giving me a copy of this game to review for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to support it with a like. If you're new here, consider subscribing. I put out new videos daily, and if I get enough of you hanging around, maybe we can journey to the center of hell and kill that archdemon ourselves. Until next time, though, I'm BouseFeenux, I'll see you at the next video, and as always, thank you so much for watching.